Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Utica University. My name is David Fontaine, and I'm the Director of Athletics here at Utica. Joining me right here in the front row are Dr. Laura Casamento, our President, and Dr. Todd Fonesteel, our Provost. And I have to say, Utica University has been fortunate to maintain a tradition of growth and expansion, both academically and athletically. From the newer construction management building and science center to the Dome and Pioneer Field. From an athletic department that had 11 to 12 sports and maybe 200 athletes, to an athletic department that now has 26 intercollegiate teams and nearly 700 student athletes. And as I look out today, I see many of our coaches who are directly responsible for the active recruitment and retention of many of those 700 student athletes. So while I have this opportunity, I'd like to say thank you, and your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Thank you so much for everything you've done. This morning, we're very excited to announce the addition of 3 more intercollegiate sport teams to our 26 existing teams, to bring the total, obviously, to 29. So if I can invite Dr. Fonesteel and Dr. Casamento up for a quick reveal. It seems to be the popular thing these days, the reveal. So on my count backwards of 3, 2, 1.
It's like the Superman thing.
There we go.
Wrestling and gymnastics.
Thank you. As you can see, we are adding men's and women's wrestling and women's gymnastics. This will give prospective student athletes another opportunity to continue to compete in the sport they love while getting a quality education right here on the campus of Utica University. So we're very excited and proud to be able to add those 3 additional sports. We will begin the search for a coach. Obviously, that's critical, and we'll look to hire a coach as soon as possible. And those coaches obviously will be charged to go out and recruit and bring in a class for next academic year. So our plan is to compete in the 2023-24 academic year, and that's not so far away. It's right around the corner. So we're really looking forward to that and hitting the ground running. And like I had said, those positions will be advertised in the next day or so, and we'll get coaches on board and moving forward to bring in a class for next year. So without further ado, I'd like to invite President Casamento to the podium for her remarks.
Thanks, Dave. I want to thank everyone for joining us this morning. It's an exciting day for Utica University and for our athletics program that we're so proud of. I want to echo Dave's comments about the coaches. We have a tremendous coaching staff. All the coaches and their assistants do a tremendous job of making sure that students graduate, that they understand that they're student athletes first, and I know you help them so much in life, and we really appreciate that. Back to today, why we're here, gymnastics and wrestling are wonderful complements to our existing Olympic sport offerings. Both are recognized by the NCAA as emerging sports for women. With the growing popularity of these sports, we're delighted to expand opportunities for student athletes. We know there are growing numbers of high-quality high school and transfer athletes, both right here in our region and across the state and the country, who seek opportunities to continue participating in gymnastics and wrestling at the collegiate level. Utica University is committed and well-positioned to provide gymnasts and wrestlers opportunities to succeed at a very high level, both academically and athletically. As Dave said, our search for coaches is underway. We expect to attract some exceptional candidates who will in turn recruit teams of exceptional student athletes. As you can probably tell, we're excited about this opportunity. We're anxious to get started, and we fully expect to become very competitive within a short time. Thank you, and we're happy to take any questions that you might have. Excuse me? Well, the time is right for us to expand. So we are continually looking for new avenues to bring in student athletes and to expand our athletic offerings. So the opportunity is now because we've done the research on what are emerging sports for women. That's very important to us to grow our women's athletic programs. And we also want to be able to compete and be able to travel and to be able to be competitive. And more schools in the Northeast are adding these programs. So that just makes the time very right for Utica. Projecting? Absolutely. So we certainly hope that this will increase enrollment. So we are a business enterprise as much as we are a place for student athletes to perform, right? And we do hope that it will increase enrollment, and we know it will because these are two sports that are emerging and they're in high demand. So that's helpful, right? I mean, that's really helpful because you have to figure out where can you recruit from and what are those markets. So the fact that that happens is going to make it easier for a coach to come in and make an impact. Not yet. So we're currently underway with that search. But we don't think that that will be an issue. We think we'll be able to find very, very highly qualified coaches who will be interested in this. Any other questions? So we want to be competing in the next academic year, so the 23-24 academic year. So we'll be ready to go. Mm-hmm.
If that were to happen, how would that fit in? Does that help that spirit? Would they stay with Division 3 if some programs are elevated?
So the question was, if we elevated programs to Division 1, would these programs stay Division 3? So what I can tell you about that is, as you know, the national landscape for athletics at the NCAA level is changing constantly, right? And we are looking at opportunities. We will always look at opportunities where we can grow and expand. Currently, all programs would have to be all other. If we went to Division 1, let's say in men's and women's hockey, if that were to happen, all of our other programs would have to elevate to Division 2. So nothing would stay at the Division 3 level. But that decision has not been made. We continue to look for opportunities everywhere we can. And if an opportunity presents itself that would take Utica to the next level, we will give it a serious look. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.